Hey guys, it's Krista Tyus here, and in today's video, it's a funny little topic that I want to talk about. The title of today's video is Don't Outsource Your Lovemaking, okay? So real quick, if you are new to me, welcome. My name is Krista. I am an enrolled agent by the Internal Revenue Service, and I also help tax professionals, bookkeepers, accountants, CPAs, and financial coaches get more clients utilizing Facebook and LinkedIn. So I really want to talk about the differences between entrepreneurship and being an employee. You know, 9 times out of 10, most of us, we come from corporate America. We come from the 9 to 5 where we're used to people giving us leads. We're used to people giving us work to do, right? So when I worked at Chase Bank, when I worked at Bank of America, you know, we had to have some, some sort of sales acumen, but for the most part, you know, clients were already coming into the bank. So it was just our duty to understand what they were coming into bank for and to actively be understanding like what other services we could offer them. You know, if they only had a checking account, it was our duty to actually tell them the benefits of having a savings account and why they should start saving and how they should start putting money away for college or their trip. So we really didn't have to actively bring customers into the banking center because Chase Bank, Bank of America, you know, they spent untold millions of dollars doing the advertising for us, right? And all our job was to dig deep and to sell the products and services that the bank had to offer. So when it comes to like being an employee, if you are an accountant right now or a bookkeeper, or maybe you're just in some sort of area of finance, you are used to people giving you business, giving you leads, giving you work to do. You know, you are used to people saying, hey, this is the deadline for this project, or this is, you know, the accounts payable, the AR that we need done, and we need it completed by X amount of date. And so when you transition to actually entrepreneurship, you are in essence taking on everything sales and marketing. And what a lot of service-based professionals, they typically do because they aren't used to actually doing sales and marketing, they want to outsource that, right? They want to, you know, the quickest way is to like, what's the easiest thing that I can do? Okay, I could buy some flyers, or I can put up a TV commercial, a billboard, or I could just post on Facebook or post on Instagram, or they may try to actually hire marketers to actually market for them. And all they want to do is make enough money to where they can quit their job or just live sufficiently on their own and do their work. And when you are an entrepreneur, unfortunately, you don't have that luxury. You have to do the lovemaking yourself. And lovemaking, what I'm referring to, that is actually the marketing. You have to do your own marketing yourself. If you are an entrepreneur, if you're an accountant or tax professional, and you're looking to grow this business on the side or really make it your primary source of income, you have to learn sales and marketing. You have to learn how to talk to people. So step number 1, you have to understand what prospecting is. Like, how do you even identify who's a potential client? How do you even find a potential client, right? And I'll tell you what I used to do. I used to actually drive around the neighborhood. I used to print out some letterheads with all of my pricing, my bookkeeping services, everything that I would do for a client, and I would literally go into every small business within a little area, and I would ask for the owner, and I would ask, do you do your own bookkeeping? And if they did their own bookkeeping, I would say, oh, well, if anything changed, here's my little letterhead of services if you want to outsource your bookkeeping. And that was a very long and arduous process. Like, I don't even think I even onboarded a client doing that. But the whole point is it built up a muscle that I didn't have before. The muscle of just talking to people, understanding like who did their bookkeeping, how did they do their bookkeeping, and what that process looked like for them. And by me just going out and talking to people, just understanding what their needs and wants were, I was able to go back and actually redefine and reiterate what I was offering as a service based upon direct feedback. And this is one of the core pillars about not outsourcing your marketing, not outsourcing the lovemaking, right? Because people are going to give you indicators of the type of service that they want. They're going to let you know, well, my current bookkeeper, I barely hear from my current bookkeeper. You know, I hear from them once every couple of months, or they just send over the financials and I don't even know what these financials mean. I don't even know how to read a profit and loss, right? You start picking up on all of these different nuances because you're actually talking to people. You're actually understanding their wants and their desires. Now, if you outsource that, if you outsource your lovemaking, you can understand how to be a better entrepreneur, how to actually improve your services. And it's the same way if you are in a relationship. if you were courting someone, you wouldn't outsource the courting process, the dating process. You know, you're going to actively figure out what does this person like to do? What are their interests? What are they, you know, what gets them fired up? What are their goals for the future? And you're going to see how what you have and who you are makes sense to who they are and what they're trying to do with their lives. And it's the same thing with entrepreneurship. Now, the second thing that I typically see like accountants and tax professionals try to outsource is the actual sales call. You know, a lot of us, we don't know, we never were taught sales, right? And then there's a huge misconception about what sales is. You know, you see the Wolf of Wall Street, you hear like people like Grant Cardone, like to always be closing. And I thought that's what sales were. I thought I had to overcome all of these objections, that I had to like push people up against the wall and to like shove down my product and service to them. And even when I talk to tax professionals, accountants, they're like, Krista, I don't know how to sell. And I'm like, listen, you don't need to know how to sell. You don't want to sell. You actively just want to see how can you be of service, right? So how can we translate sales to actually just being of service? How can we just actively identify what it is that you honestly need and understand the business on an intimate level? How do they gauge their profitability? You know, what plans do they have for the future? What goals? Do they want to hire more employees? Do they want to acquire additional locations? And when you are like actively practicing your own lovemaking, which is your marketing, when you're actively prospecting, you're actively talking to your ideal clients on the phone each and every day, you're going to start to understand different nuances about your client, about your potential prospects. And you're going to be able to get better and better over time. The more people you start to talk to, the more you're going to be picking up on these little nuances. You're going to be able to reiterate what you're saying, how you're saying it, how much money you should be charging. Like pretty much all of the questions that are going into the back of your brain, like how much should I charge for this client? What should I do for this particular situation, will all be obliterated once you actually keep talking to people over time. Now, you can't outsource that. You cannot outsource your lovemaking, guys. Stop trying to outsource, you know, people taking over your Facebook or people taking over your Instagram, your LinkedIn, or people taking over your sales calls. You have to get in the mode and you have to build up that muscle. It's a marketing muscle. It's a sales muscle that you must constantly be putting yourself out there, talking to people, and then reiterating and redefining how you offer your services. Hey, Tawanda. Hey, Venus. How are you guys? How are you guys? So the title of this video is pretty funny, huh? Don't outsource your lovemaking. And, you know, I didn't start outsourcing, and I still can't even outsource all of my lovemaking right now because I'm just not in a position to do so. You know, like I still want to talk to my ideal clients each and every day. I still want to talk to, you know, my clients each and every day because I'm actively trying to get better, right? And the only way that I'm going to get better is if I'm out in front of you guys, if I'm talking to you guys, if I'm trying to see like, you know, what are you guys struggling with? You know, how are you actually growing your business? That's how I'm going to be able to understand how I can be of better service to you. You know, so if I just stop talking to you guys, if I just stop being of service, if I just, you know, stop taking sales calls and stop doing Facebook Lives and stop actually communicating and engaging with you guys, I wouldn't know if I was on the right track or not. I wouldn't be able to get this direct feedback that you guys give me by leaving comments or sliding in my DM or booking a strategy session. I wouldn't know what services you guys really needed to help grow your business. And the same is true when you're offering your tax and bookkeeping services. If you stop talking to people, or if you don't make an effort to actually do your sales, do your marketing every single day, do your lovemaking, you cannot get better as an entrepreneur. You cannot redefine and reiterate your core service offers if you don't even know what your people truly want, what they're really struggling for. So I just want to put this quick message out here. Hey, Yolanda, how are you? Hey, Jonathan. All right, guys. So if you have any questions about this, drop your comments below. We did open up our enrollment for tax and accounting clients on demand. We have a special discount going on this week and this week only. So if you've always wanted to work with me, you've been binge watching all of my videos and you're like, yes, I know she's my coach. Come on, join the program. Me and you are going to work directly together. I'm going to help you grow your tax and accounting business in 2019, help you book out your services, and really make the type of money that I know you want to make. All right, guys, see you later. Bye.